Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. Today we're talking Harry and Meghan, Hank and Skank, Harold and Fraud, whatever you want to call them, that's who we're talking. There's a new article out by Jan Moyer. You know I enjoy reading when she tries to take down Harry and Meghan. I find it a lot of fun, so I'm excited to go over this article with you all and talk through it. But I brought my lovely assistant with me, my favorite person to claw into. Say hi.
Hi, this is Jay, also known as Dr. Bad Vibes. You can find me on YouTube, Twitch, and sometimes at a school telling children not to say bad things about me. Don't do it.
Oh, God. You might not want to start off a video by saying that you like to hang out at schools. He's not on a list. So this comes out of Daily Mail, and it says, Jan Moyer, just when I think do-good dopes, that's great names, of Montecito, Harry and Meghan couldn't sink any lower. That's what we said too. They go and exceed all negative expectations. Yep, Jay and I have been saying the same thing, so this should be fun to dive into. Just when you think Meghan and Harry couldn't possibly sink to new depths, they go 20,000 fathoms deeper into the sludge. See, this is why I love to read Jan Moyer stuff. Just when I think I'm done with this couple of do-good dopes. See, I think that's even being too kind. Let's just leave it at dopes. Take out the do-good. Believing myself to be indifferent to any more of their conceit and ghastly hollowed-out souls, they go and exceed all negative expectations. This week, documents have come to light detailing the arrangements for a visit the couple made to a primary school. You know the school we've been talking about, the Harlem school.
Staff and the class of 7-year-old pupils involved were asked to sign a release form sent by Archewell that prevented them from making negative statements about the event or the Duke or Duchess of Sussex, posting about it on social media, or attempting to make any money in the future from their involvement. Wow.
Yeah.
That was Archewell's job after all. Nice. Release forms in the film industry are nothing new, but the level of secrecy the Sussexes insisted upon and the gagging clauses they pressed on teachers and pupils alike is staggering. I mean, seriously, who does that? It's a charity, not a freaking IPO or something that needs an NDA or it's like they took the least controversial thing a normal person could do, which is help a kid, and turned it into a freaking disaster.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost magic.
Yeah.
like
it screwed everything up so bad.
It's literally magical. You're a wizard, Harry.
Oh, wow. Did you lead up to that just so you could do that?
No, I literally just thought of it and I had to say it.
It really is. How do you take a school visit and blow it this bad and make it this horrendous? And just the idea, again, I talked about this in another video. I had an attorney explain to me it's so weird, especially with the gagging going forward, like with future posts and stuff. It's so bizarre. What did they think? I mean, it's like they knew that Meghan would be a horrible cow and that people would talk about it. Meghan and Harry would be horrible cows and people would talk about it. So they wanted to prevent that from happening. I just imagine Meghan, I don't know, saying something like, I'm going to be a total asshole. I just can't stop myself, so we might as well gag these kids. You can't just be a person and just not give them any reason to talk bad about you. So it continues on. The head of the CIA could slip into the Kremlin with fewer confidentiality clauses. Roosevelt and Churchill met in secret to bang out the Atlantic Charter with less fuss. Jay just said hot. You probably couldn't hear the microphone. Wow. Not for the first time. The question has to be asked, who do Harry and Meghan think that they are? And what is it about the prospect of openness and transparency they fear so terribly? Exactly. Who do they think they are? Can we say this a million times? It applies to every situation that they attend, every event that they attend. Back then, Meghan had just published her first children's book, The Bench. P.S. I've talked about this. Jay and I review it on Patreon. It's dreadful. Do you remember it? What a load of old toot. What a great way to say that. It made Budgie the little helicopter ridden by the Duchess of York several decades earlier seem like Proust.
How did something so simple go so wrong? Maybe it was a last minute decision. Maybe as she showed up, she realized she looked like the Joaquin Phoenix Joker. Or maybe a kid teased her as she entered the school, and they're like, oh shit, we need to get some papers to keep this from getting out. Although the photos didn't stop that. But seriously, like,
It's just crazy.
yeah, I mean,
It leaves you speechless, right?
it really reminds me. There was I mean, I guess it's still kind of going on, but especially like, I don't know, 10 or so years ago, there was like this big push in corporate culture to flaunt how much charity work they were doing, and somehow they would turn that into a profit. I don't remember, too many specific examples. Although the one that jumps out to me, it leaked out of a meeting, and this is freaking pro wrestling of all things. WWE, when Stephanie McMahon was, I don't know, it was like the brand officer or whatever. That's Vince McMahon's daughter, so like, the owner's kid. It leaked out of some meeting. She said that like philanthropy is the new commodity or something like that. I may have that quote wrong, but it was something real dirty. Like yeah, if we show how charitable we are, people will love us and give us more money.
Wow.
And I kind of get that vibe from this. And obviously they're very sensitive to criticism. Although, why an NDA or a gag order on children? I mean, is she afraid they're going to call them poo-poo heads at the playground? And here's going, no, I'm not a poo-poo head, and give me my turn on the swing.
Wow.
Like, it's just crazy. And the big thing is they can't make money from it going forward. Like, what they didn't want the kids to go forward and make a YouTube video or something. It's like, what could a freaking... They said they were 7 years old. What are they going to do moving forward? Are they going to write a book when they're 18 when people totally still care about this?
Wow.
So she just came in.
Disgusting.
It's like they had some grand plan that obviously got blown up when they failed spectacularly at this. She came in thinking this was her... I don't know, her
She thought it'd be great for Netflix, I think.
Yeah, I guess she thought this was her key to the fame car, and it exploded when they tried to start the ignition.
And it's continuing to explode however many years later now.
Yeah.
2 years later.
So she's, she came in like thinking this was some grand idea. Oh, here we go. She came in like Smeagol, like, oh, this is my precious. No one else can touch it. No hobbitses.
People love it when you do that. That's great.
You can, maybe I should do Fiverr for Smeagol.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's just like none of this makes sense. Why? And I see Jen actually, the quote I was trying to remember. So, it was a tweet. So it was from Stephanie McMahon. It says, philanthropy is the future of marketing.
Apparently, Meghan subscribes to that.
Yeah, that was in 2015. So
she got hell over that tweet, it says.
Yeah. I mean, I remember that being a thing, and everybody was just like, who would say that?
Yeah.
Apparently, we found somebody that must have liked the tweet.
Yeah.
I don't know. The whole thing is just so mind-blowing. I keep stumbling over what to say. I mean, how do you mess this up so badly? Yeah. This would be like if we found out Sarah McLachlan made one of those commercials about the shelter animals, and after they were done filming and said cut, she stopped singing. She's like, all right, and then threw them all in a bag, and then threw the bag over a waterfall.
No. Oh, no.
It's like, how do you screw this up so bad?
Oh my God, I did not know he was going to say that. Holy crap. Okay. Well, let me soften that a little bit because that's a horrible image. But no, but you are right. How do you screw this up so bad? You have a group of really cute kids here sitting, listening to somebody read a book, and they've managed to, again, shocker, make it all about themselves, try to make people sign these ridiculous forms, make them unable to talk about this stuff, and then try to charge them for the book afterwards. Like, they are the pop-up guests from hell.
The bench was 169 words long. Nice. Inspired by the birth of the Sussex's son, Archie, and aimed to celebrate the relationship between a father and a son in rhyming couplets. Although, please, no one mentioned the relationship between Harry and his father, which has since gone from bad to worse to non-speaks. Meghan dedicated her book to quote the man and the boy who make my heart go pump pump, which gives you an idea of the level of literacy on display.
Yeah.
Harry's like, oh, thank you. You're the one that make my toddler go flop flop. Like, it's so bad. Yeah, Jen made me read that book.
Sorry.
It's so bad. It's like I've purged most of it from my brain. I just remember being in agony reading that thing. I mean, I know it's a kid's book, but it was like, didn't she still somehow make it about herself a little?
Yeah, I think so. Go watch Patreon.
Yeah, it's way back. Gosh, we did that a long time ago, didn't we? So yeah. I don't want to revisit that. I just know it's bad.
Yes. But yeah, you're so right. So the big thing I want to talk about too is not only is it a terrible book, it's a terrible book. We go into the video about how allegedly the idea was potentially maybe stolen from somebody else. Very similar. Use your own imagination there. But the big thing is just the idea that, of course, these two are going to write a book about dads when Harry's not speaking to his own dad. We know the relationship between Meghan and her dad, poor Thomas Markle Sr. But how are these two going to write a book about dads? I mean, Harry himself called... I sound like Austin Powers himself, called himself an absentee dad, right? I mean, so you're going to write a book about the importance of being a dad or having a dad in your life? Really?
Maybe this is part of the secrecy they had with the kids at the school. Maybe there's another book in the works. How to be a hard worker, how to work really hard and be an honest person. No, that's probably not. That's probably not it.
Yeah.
It's still in the fiction section, if so. Yeah. But yeah, it's like writing a book about how to be a functional person and totally not being one. I mean, the whole dad thing is so weird. It's like, why focus on that when in real life it's like the complete opposite? I don't know.
So the article continues, you'd think she'd want to keep the whole embarrassing project under wraps, but instead she planned a visit to this carefully chosen inner city school in Harlem, which has a 91% Black and Hispanic student population, 95% of whom qualify for free or reduced price lunches. It was perfectly underprivileged, in other words. The Sussex's team did insist upon new cushions for the children to sit on during the read aloud in the school grounds. For if poverty is regrettable, at least it can be photogenic, especially when the Sussex's Netflix crew was filming every oh-so-casually humanitarian moment for the Harry and Meghan documentary, which was released December 2022.
That's pretty absurd, making the school accommodate their presence. And, showing up in such lavish outfits. I mean, what if they just took that money spent on, however much the outfit was? What was it? It was like tens of thousands of dollars, right? $16,000. A school like that could have used $16,000 for so many things. It could have, it could have replaced a bunch of books. It could have...
playground. Anything.
Yeah, put something in the playground. Maybe a new piece of equipment in the cafeteria. Anything. It could have hired a part-time teaching assistant. Mm-hmm. I don't know, something helpful other than, the Joker outfit. And I keep going back to that Stephanie McMahon tweet. It's like following that to a T. It's like philanthropy is the new form of marketing. Mm-hmm. Like, it's just like, hey, if we pretend like we care about something that people can't get mad about, they'll love us. Mm-hmm. Except we fucked it up so bad.
It's like you said, it's like a magic skill they have. How do you cock this up so bad? I don't understand. You have all the ingredients to make you look good, but it's these two. They can't do anything right ever. I keep going back to the podcast. They were given this most golden opportunity to talk to people, to get a huge payout. They couldn't do it. They could not do it. She couldn't stop making it about herself. They couldn't do the work. Oh, we can't do it. It's not fair. You're making us work for $20 million.
Yeah, this truly was magical in the wrong direction. Mm-hmm. It's like they had this idea, and somebody was like, "You're a wizard, Harry."
Yeah.
And then Meghan's like, "Hey, let me try my magics at this. My nose disappeared, and I'm going to do a magic trick.
Wow.
I'm going to make all
Common
common sense and positive thoughts disappear."
You're a wizard.
Ta-da!
Yeah.
For what was this event, except a promotional exercise to plug the bench? Emails from Archwell to the school detail the 11 broadcast outlets, 17 photographers, and 7 reporters who would attend the event, while greasily urging the school to say it was a charity event and not something promotion-y. Wow.
Even though they charge kids for the book afterwards,
Yeah.
that's not a charity.
Again, it's just burning in my brain now. Philanthropy is the new form of marketing.
Yeah.
This is the kind of humdrum event the royal family in the UK take part of any day of the week. The difference is they do this as part of charity work or investment in local initiatives and sundry worthy causes for the good of others rather than themselves. Certainly not to punt a crummy book they've written while pretending to be royals in exile in a country that is a republic. Yeah, pretty well put. I mean, it's a kid's book. It's not like we're expecting Shakespeare, but it's so bad.
So bad.
And it's not like I'm going to take Clifford the big red dog and be like, dogs don't get that big. I mean, it's.
You might.
Well, do they? They're not that red. It's not even being overly critical of the book. It's just so bad.
Yeah, it was truly bad. Love that you're talking about Clifford the big red dog when we're looking at this right here. Yeah, I wonder why that popped into your brain. But also, yeah, she's so right. And can we call this a charity event when they're charging $5 a book afterwards? I don't think so. That's not charity. That's you trying to sell books. And the fact that they were in the paperwork saying, don't make it too promotion-y while they're doing promotions for themselves for this Netflix show. I mean, the hypocrisy is just never ending.
All while literally saying no one else can make money off of this except for us. Them dollars is ours. Our precious is dollars. I think that was the thought, process.
That's Meghan's voice, right?
Probably both, but
Yeah.
mainly Meghan.
What would Harry say? Don't hit me.
I want to go to the bank with Dobby and make a withdrawal. I don't really know Harry Potter, so that's the best I got.
Wow. And don't quote the Duchess of York and Budgie at me, because at least when she did it, she didn't strangle the freedoms of the poor urchins corralled into listening to her deathly prose. Of course, any filming involving children comes with complications put in place to protect the innocent from being exploited. I can't stop thinking about those poor kids in Harlem believing that someone was taking a genuine interest in them, that this nice lady with all the diamonds was coming to read them a funny story. So I don't know if you guys had heard this. I had heard that she went around introducing herself as a real life princess. That's what she told people.
Wow, if she actually said that. She's about as real of a princess as the ones made up at Disney World. Like,
What?
huh? She's not even a princess. She's a duchess. It would take a whole King Ralph scenario to even get close to that title. If you don't know what King Ralph is, look it up. I mean, it's just megalomania, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. Or joking.
Yeah.
Like, jokers be joking. She's going to be dancing down them steps going, I'm a princess.
Oh, boy.
I mean,
Talk about tone deaf.
yes, tone deaf and just totally insane. Like,
Yeah.
could you imagine, taking the most simple thing? It'd be like ringing the bell for the Salvation Army and then just start bashing people's heads in with
Oh, my
it.
God.
It's like you take such a basic thing and fuck it up beyond comprehension. Little did they realize they were merely unpaid extras in an ongoing production called St. Harry and St. Meghan, The Crusader Years, and made to sit on a nice clean cushion to boot. I like this lady's writing style.
Yes.
It is no secret that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex have gone to desperate lengths to protect the privacy of their own children. Since Archie and Lilibet were born, all the public have seen are pixelated baby faces, a foot here, the back of a head there. It all seems rather ridiculous, but if that's what they want, then fine. However, when it comes to respecting the privacy of other children or honoring their rights as fellow citizens of the world who are free to express their own opinions, a very different set of rules applies. Typical.
Typical.
That's a good way to put it. Like, you know, their kids are secret treasures while other kids are just props to, you know, enhance their image of the, you know, by the public, which they still screwed up.
You're stuck on that. I'm stuck on your example of the Salvation Army bell, just clocking people over the head with this bell. It's hard to get that wrong, but they got everything wrong.
Yeah, it was like the first thing that popped in my head. I mean, literally, that's. I mean, I've done that too. Like for Boy Scouts, like you know, we did the.
Clock people over the head.
Well, I didn't get that far. No, I mean, you just ring the bell and say thank you. You don't make a production out of it, or you know, not hyper focusing on that, but anything. It's like if you want to actually help somebody, you just do it, and you don't expect to be paraded out on a golden throne while people kiss your feet. It's like just. It's like, I mean, the most simple way to live life comes from Bill and Ted. Just be excellent to each other.
There you go. Oh, you guys, that was fun. I love Jan Moyer's take on the Dastardly Duo. I appreciate you guys being here so much. And, you know, as more stuff, of course, about this comes out, you know, I'll be talking about it. But Jay, tell everybody where to find you.
Well, that was the thing. Thanks for having me. You can also find more of me on YouTube as Dr. Bad Vibes, and on Twitch, that would be twitch.tv/Dr. Bad Vibes. I've been live streaming a bit more, not just doing video game stuff, but finding insane news stories. Not
you have a new one you're excited about.
Oh yeah, I've got a great one. Whenever maybe sometime this weekend, like you know, end of September, early October weekend, whenever this goes up. Yeah, I've got a good one I want to talk about. It's crazy. But you can follow me on Twitch. You don't have to have an account, but if you do, they'll give you a notification. And I'm trying to edit the best parts of the streams down and put those up on a new YouTube channel, which Jen, I think, has been linking in the description and showing in the video. But it's called, so my main channel is Dr. Bad Vibes. That's just video game stuff. But the new one is Dr. Bad Vibes Speaks. That's where I'm going to put up some of my ramblings and
stories of hitting people with Salvation
Army my assault with Santa Claus bells on that channel. So I'll edit those down, put those up, and then some silly stuff like I ate a prepackaged pickled egg from the Walmart clearance shelf that was actually delicious. And I tried to call the company and get the nutrition facts, but they didn't answer. So I know I'll never know what I ate.
They have Harry and Meghan hours.
They also have hairy eggs.
Oh God.
But you can find me there. A lot of people have subscribed already. There's actually not any videos up, but hopefully this weekend. I'm trying to edit those as we speak, and I'll have a couple up soon. But thank you to everybody. I've already got subscribers. There's no content, so awesome.
Honk, honk.
Honk, honk.
Every time I think they've hit rock bottom, they prove me wrong. So here we are, gagging a bunch of kids. You guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate so much, and I hope you all have the best day. Of course, if you want to further support the show, you know I got the merch. Make it make sense. Drunk Goose Club. Honk, honk, everybody. Recollections may vary. And check out Patreon. Patreon.com/Real Housewives Recap. So we have a new outro as promised. No longer saying the names going forward. So as I'm talking, you will see them here flashing on screen as I say a big thank you to all my executive producers. Again, if you want to become an executive producer, just go to patreon.com/Real Housewives Recaps and your name will be added to this list as well. Thank you guys for everything, all the love and support. You guys truly are the best, and I can't wait to bring you more stuff like this. Take care. Bye-bye.